Welcome. I'm so glad to see all of you here. I know you took time from your busy schedules to join us, and we will do everything to make it well worth your time. As I share with you, you may have any relevant questions, so prepare your notes and pen so you can write down. At the end of this session, we will have a Q&A, so you can ask all your questions after the presentation. And last week is our first webinar, so this is the second one. During our first one, I may recap, so if you first time join us, so you know what we have shared last week. We have heard of me, Joyce, and Lydia, how they struggle in their health and how they get well from their conditions so much by taking charge of their own health. And we also have understand that there are 6 pillars of holistic wellness, which are practical steps to take for the human body to function at its tip-top condition. Let me share my screen. Okay, so this is part 2. Before that, I want to share with all of you why I want to create this webinar is because from my deep down of my needs as a woman, I feel that we are special, and I want to have a support group that when I can come, I can feel safe, I can ask anything, I can get help from the right person. It's not only for me only, so I want to extend my support group to all of you, so you can have the same thing that I already experienced. I already enjoy it, being in this in the part of this support group. So I want to invite all of you to join our support group. So this is the QR code you can scan, or at the end you may ask me again for the link. There are activities planned for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to recap about water. So we have 6 pillar waivers. Waivers stand for what? Last week we have covered W. So W is water. The water that we have drinking is important for our health. We have talked about inorganic minerals and contaminations found in water, which comprise of stones, rocks, rust metallic, or toxin, chlorine, fluoride, plastic, etc. Only with distillation process, these inorganic minerals can then be totally removed. Inorganic minerals cause calcification to joint arteries. We also shown some pics on gallbladder and kidney stones. The human body can only absorb mineral in organic forms coming from fruits and vegetables. We advocate drinking distilled water as the best, purest form of water. So God has this design for us, as a water. This is a distillation process coming from God. How awesome is this? So for the next 2 weeks, we are open for water test arrangement. All you need to do is bring your water to us, or we can arrange for an on-site test for you at your location. Okay, all you need to do just connect with us. So if you join our chat group Telegram, you also can chat over there. So this week we will cover the next on the waivers. What is the next? So I will pass over to my friend Joyce. I will close my camera for a while. Okay, thank you.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, if there are any, welcome to tonight's part 2 webinar on women's total wellness. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Catherine, for such an arrangement so that all of us can gather together and learn health the holistic way. So myself is Joyce. I'm a certified holistic health coach, And there with me is Lydia. She's a holistic health consultant. So I'll do this next part with you, and followed by the last part, we will be able to answer your questions together as a team so that you can share with us any inquiries that you have. We try our best to address your concern. So there's a disclaimer here. This information here is for educational purpose only. This is not a prescription for self-diagnosis or self-medication. Please consult your physician regarding the application of any opinion and recommendation with respect to your symptoms or medical conditions. Catherine has done for us the summary for water, and that is a part of the 6 pillars for total health. Currently, when we begin with one or more wafers in our lifestyle, we will find ourselves more balanced, more healthy, more joy, and more peaceful within us. You will begin to see these wafers work for you, and gradually it can become a habit. If you want to truly heal your body, you will find that exploring your emotional and spiritual self speed up the entire process. So I'm going to cover air for now. Air, we will classify under good air and bad air. Let's start with air. Air, there is fresh, natural, clean air. If it's indoor environment, we want to make sure that we are breathing clean air. So look around in your home environment, in your office environment, or in your working environment, or anywhere that you are going. So the moment you are inside that indoor environment, breathe in that air or that breath, it has to be clean. Any air that is not clean, it will cause problem with our respiratory health, which I will cover on the next slide. Meanwhile, with our household product, it has to also be safe, environmentally friendly, chemical-free, and non-toxic. Because the moment when we open a bottle of a household product, for example, ladies, gentlemen, for example, when we are opening a bottle of, say, a bleach, or any detergent, the moment when we open the cover, do you remember that sudden pungent smell that actually go into the breathing system, which we will feel like, oh, then we wouldn't want to breathe that kind of smell at all, because we know that those are no good for us. Therefore, we want to avoid that. The body is able to tell us what is good and what is not good. Same for personal care product. Similarly, we will want to use personal care products that are safe and environmentally friendly, non-toxic, and chemical-free. Because anything that we put on our skin, it will go into our bloodstream. So we have to be careful. Any lipstick that we use, it has to be pure as well, because we are eating somehow the lipstick. So it's important to remind ourselves that from this day onwards, when we are looking for household product or for personal care product, it is good that we look for something clean, something pure, something natural, so that we, in long run, will have a healthy body and not get intoxicated by all these toxin product out there. Now, how about outdoor? Outdoor has the cleanest and natural air. They are air that we breathe in, and then it helps our lungs to be clean and healthy. Especially nature, when we go to the greenery, this is where it absorbs carbon monoxide. Do you go out for walks? Do you go to the park? Do you go and do hiking around Singapore? So try it out for yourself. The moment you are out in the greenery, and when you are back home, you will realize that you are so refreshed and so recharged. So give yourself a try. For any air that is no good, we call it stale, dirty, or unclean. And in an indoor environment, when it is bad quality air, you will realize that you're not going to feel good. For example, if the house or the environment is moldy, or there is full of mites around, the moment you breathe in, either the person will start to have headaches or will not feel well in the breathing system, or you just feel that something is not right, because that is what is going into your lung, your respiratory system, you basically don't have clean air inside your lung. So that is how our bodies speak to us. So we have to learn to be mindful. What kind of air are we breathing in an indoor environment? Now, for household product and personal care product, like I mentioned, let's go for non-chemical based. Sorry for the spelling mistake there. Toxin-free. It's not a mistake. It is just household product that are chemical based, that are toxic, that are very detrimental for our health. Okay, opposite from what we mentioned earlier. Same for skincare. We want to use as pure, as natural, as organic product as much as we can. Outdoor, try to avoid polluted air. Polluted air can be where? Can be standing behind a bus, can be staying in the petrol kiosk station for too long, can be inside, can be at a place where, like example, the smell of paint or some petroleum smell that again is considered as polluted. So watch out for this and make sure you try to have less of that, and always remember to move yourself to a cleaner environment. That is for the air, okay? And now I'm going to go on to another type of air. And this time, this type of air is what we are going to breathe in into our lung, our own respiratory system. We call it the deep diaphragmatic breathing. I'm going to explain to you the purpose and its benefit. Okay, you may be new to this, but this is going to be a life-saving method if we learn it today. Deep diaphragmatic breathing is also known as abdominal breathing, or in short, belly breathing. What does it do? It encourages full oxygen exchange. That is, the incoming oxygen for any outgoing carbon dioxide. Not surprisingly, this type of breathing slows the heartbeat and can lower or stabilize our blood pressure by at least 10 marks or 10 points when done in a minimum of 5 to 10 minutes. The very first organ exposed to toxin is the lung. The respiratory system is constantly exposed to dust mite, mold, pollen, chemical, pollutants, and microorganisms such as viruses and bacteria. This breathing technique that I'm going to teach you tonight is a detoxification method to help the lung and respiratory system by increasing oxygenation and helping to remove carbon dioxide. Oxygen promotes healing. It destroys pathogens. Pathogens meaning whatever I mentioned earlier, the microorganisms such as viruses and bacteria, which is very important at this point of our life in this era of the year, of the century. So it is good that we learn to do this oxygenation or this belly breathing for our health. It deactivates toxins without injury to our healthy tissues and cells. So in short, breathing is similar to cleansing, which can help to cleanse our body physically as well as spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. So learn to regulate our breathing and expand our usual lung capacity is one of the master keys to good health. The more we move in and out of our lungs, the healthier we are. Deep breathing can balance the function of the entire body, including respiration, circulation, metabolism, digestion, elimination, function. The body can cleanse itself, heal itself, and maintain life with the oxygen supplied by breathing. If you were to take a look at this picture, it shows us the way to do this deep diaphragmatic breathing. The proper breathing requires the use of our diaphragm. a dome-shaped muscle that separates the chest and the abdomen. When you breathe in, the diaphragm contracts and pulls downward, enlarging the chest. This helps you draw air into the lungs. When you breathe out, the diaphragm rises, helping you to expel air. Using the diaphragm, which is around this area, around the abdomen, okay, when you breathe directly, activates this parasympathetic nerve, which in turn helps to relax our whole body. It helps us to go into a state of rest and digestion instead of fight or flight response in stressful situation. In short, just for you to remember easily, when we breathe in through the nose, our stomach goes out. When we breathe out through the mouth, our stomach go in. Okay? So to improve your ability to breathe from the diaphragm, you practice this deep breathing exercise for 5 to 10 minutes, at least twice a day. For now, I would like to take this opportunity to practice this together with you. So let's do this together. So wherever you are right now, whether you're on the bed, whether you're on a chair, okay, whether you're walking, you're standing, just find yourself in a very comfortable position, or find yourself a quieter place, a comfortable place to sit down or to lie down. Are you ready? Now, place your feet slightly apart. We call it shoulder apart. Place one hand on your abdomen near your navel. Place the other hand on your chest. Like that. Okay? It's okay. Yeah. So we are going to do the inhaling through the nose. So I will remove my hands because I need to guide you. You will continue to put one hand on your chest, one hand on your abdomen. Now, getting ready to inhale through your nose later when I say start, and then you will exhale through your mouth. You concentrate on your breathing. Notice which hand is rising and falling with each breath. Gently exhale most of the air in your whole lung, and then you inhale while slowly counting to 4. So I'm going to count to 4 and you start breathing in. The moment at 4, you can breathe out through your mouth. And when you're doing this, you imagine the warm air flowing in throughout your whole body. We will pause for 1 second at count 4. That means you pause until 5. Then you will exhale out to a count of 4. Exhale, exhale. Your abdomen should move inward. Go in. Are you ready? Sit comfortably and breathe in from your nose. Go. Take a deep breath. Concentrate on your breathing. 2, 3, 4. Take a pause. And now blow out from your mouth. Out. 3, 4. Let's repeat this again. All right. One more time. Take a deep breath through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Take a pause and breathe out. You can try it out again on your own and do this for a minimum of 5 minutes to 10 minutes until you achieve a deep sense of relaxation. As the air flows out from your mouth, imagine all your tension and your stress leaving your body. You will be very happy. You'll be very thankful that you are doing this for your own self under your total wellness technique, under W.af.e.r.s Lifestyle. As you become accustomed to it, you cannot do it too frequently. You'll realize that you are so used to this breathing. So you can always keep the ratio at 4, 7, 8. So you take a deep breath at 4, count to 4, and then you can hold 7 seconds, and then you can breathe out from your mouth 8 seconds. We call this the 4, 7, 8. Take note. Regardless of the speed at which you are counting, You may notice a shift in your awareness or consciousness after 4 rounds. And you use this to help yourself in stressful situation or to help yourself to fall asleep. So imagine tonight you're going to try that on your bed. You're going to do that, and maybe by the 4th breath, you are already asleep. It's a very good way to help yourself fall asleep instead of counting sheep. All right, try this out tonight. There is more dealing with stress than learning how to breathe. This is just one way or the first step. Next week, we will cover on another way for stress management, which will help us to bring up our endorphin, our happy hormones. Okay. In summary, oxygen is an important aid in cleansing our body. Extra oxygen is used by the body to oxidize or burn out toxins. If oxygenation in the body is consistent and for long enough, the body can cleanse itself of all its toxins. So imagine you are able to do this breathing every day, 2 times a day. You will be different as you see yourself improving in your general health, which helps with your cellular metabolism, increasing of your immunity, better stamina, improving of your energy. It will also help with your digestion. Your gastric secretion requires calcium, water, and oxygen. When gastric secretion is low, it leads to overeating in an attempt to obtain enough nutrition. It also helps in circulation. With good circulation, vitamin C can be assimilated properly, thus collagen, this is what we are very interested in, right? Are able to break down properly in the veins and arteries. We want collagen. We want to stay young, look young as much as we can so that our skin has that bouncy feeling. Prevention of stroke is very important. Hardening arteries is very important. With good oxygenation, it will help in circulation, including circulation all the way to the brain. So this will slow down degeneration of the brain. For liver function, which is the major organ for cleansing and detoxification, it will help in cells repair. For blood function, it will be able to work on the function of white and red blood cells production. Healing also will start to be very natural and take place easily because of the natural detoxification when there is oxygenation. It will repair, it will rejuvenate by itself much naturally. Lastly, it's a form of stress relief management towards better health in overall. Okay, so try that out. Now, I'll proceed to food. Food is a very big topic. I hope you can join us in detail for food as we have more food webinar in the future. For now, I just want to bring to your attention that we can make a change to the way we eat because that will give us an opportunity to nourish our body. There is a quote also says that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is now. So I encourage all of us, okay, as we are going forward, look into the way we eat. We have Dr. Lin's dietary direction here. It is a pyramid. So you can see at the most bottom part, we can see it from the picture on the left. We advocate drinking of distilled water, which we have covered in session 1, how important is to drink pure, clean water and hydrate our body, how we can drink also fresh vegetable juices and herbal tea, which I will cover later. And we are supposed to be also eating 60 to 70% of organic vegetables and fruits as much as possible. If we can't eat organic vegetables and fruits, we will still be able to eat the normal vegetables and fruit or as raw as possible. All this will help with life enzyme, the phytonutrients, the nutrients that our body needs. Once we cook our food, do you know that the enzyme will no longer be alive? We are just eating the fiber. We are just eating the food to fuel our stomach. So remember, eating raw is important. Keep to 60 to 70%. Every meal of yours, try even if it's just once a day. If you have to eat one salad, if you can just eat one salad, do it. Do it for yourself. We'll teach you how to make salad, nice salad, affordable salad, and sustainable salad that you can use it over and over again, and you will see yourself becoming healthier. On the second level, you can see that we want to try to avoid meat like pork, prawn, shellfish, fish without scales, crabs, and so on. And if you are eating fish, go for deep sea fish, 20 to 30%. Pasteurized meat, free-range eggs, yogurt, make your own yogurt, which I'm going to cover in a short while. Take your extra virgin coconut oil, take your flaxseed oil that I'm going to share in a while. So you avoid all refined vegetable oil and trans fat. The last part will be the 5 to 10%, which is whole grain or unrefined products of non-GMO wheat. Brown rice, buckwheat, millet, oat, barley, quinoa. Okay, so you can learn to eat all this food under this Dr. Lin's dietary direction. And in short, okay, this is a picture for you to help you remember better. So you have a plate, and this plate you divide into 4 parts. So you see, 60 to 70% or 70 to 75% are your rainbow food. Your rainbow food are all your raw food or your sometimes can be your cooked vegetables. Okay, that is how you are going to segregate out in your plate. And then the other percent will be your good proteins and your whole grains. You add in some seed and nuts, and you make sure you have good fats. And good fats will help you to bring down your bad fats. This is the nutritional intakes in summary that we encourage you to look into healthy eating for a better health, for a happier self. Go for protein, good fats, fiber, vitamins and minerals, life enzyme, cultured dairy, fermented vegetables and fruits, healthy fluids. This is another picture that each time when I look at it, I think my saliva start to drip. It is called the food that feeds our 65 trillion cells. So we are no longer going to eat just to make ourselves feel like we are satisfied, or people used to say live to eat. We are not going to do that. We are going to, people say eat to live. We are not going to do that. We are going to live to eat well so that we can live well and do the things we enjoy in life. Then we can be able to provide for ourselves, for our loved one, our friends, our family. So organic minerals, they are full of colors and gut promoting food. They have life enzymes. So go for this type of food, okay? And it's going to make a difference in your overall health. So now I would like you to sit back and relax as I show you a video on what we call the fermented vegetables and fruits that we can make at home, and we can eat it each day on our own and enjoy the goodness of it. Okay, so let's take 2 minutes to watch this video. Is the fermented food nice? I make it myself. I will use different kind of fermented, different kind of food to make. If I want my body to feel warm or blood circulated, I will put ginger, and then I will put bitter gourd if I want to bring down blood pressure for myself or for anyone at home. And then I can also use the rosella, the flower, red color rosella, to do fermentation with apple cider and honey. And when I eat it, I know that I will be able to have good blood circulation, and I probably will look more rosy. So there are different ways, and I think very nice if I make green papaya. Yeah, every time I make green papaya, the family members or friends, they will just eat it up. So each time after my meal, whether it's lunch or dinner, after that, I will just take out 2 pieces of the fermented fruit or vegetables that I have made, and a small cup, like just a small portion. I will just eat it, 2 slices of ginger or green papaya, and then I'll just drink it. So it helps with my digestion. I really, really like it. Yeah. I hope you will be able to join me if we were to conduct some workshop in the future. Let us know if you are interested. Okay. Next one is the plant life. Plant life meaning the plant itself has life. The more you eat the plant, the more life you have. This is the link between life and death, and this is true and real. So let's learn about it. The importance in the next slide. Meantime, if we want to learn how to avoid the type of food that is no good for our body, we should avoid all this, like refined vegetable oil or hydrogenated oil from margarine, from all the other oils that are listed on the list. We should avoid refined white, we call it the 5 whites. That means white sugar, white rice, white salt, white flour. We should avoid them. And then we should avoid processed food, GMO food. We should also cut down excessive red meat or even gluten. People who are sensitive to gluten, that means after eating, they may feel like they have allergies, like teary eyes, like joint pains or stomach pain or bloatedness. These are people who are having gluten sensitive. It's because of the gluten food. So if you are not sure, maybe you are someone who are experiencing some of those symptoms, then you feel free to connect up with us and have a session with us. We will help you to look into what are the food that are maybe causing you the allergies or causing you your digestive disorders. And then at the same time, we will once again guide you how to eat the right type of food. Okay, so we talk so much about the life, the plant life, right? That means like carrot, like green apple, and we are calling them the current era of fast food. This fast food, but it is really fast food with all the goodness of nature. Why do we call it fast food? Okay, because it is so fast that it goes into our bloodstream the moment we consume it within the next 10 to 15 minutes. It is so fast. It is the best way to boost up our immune system. I remember days or those days that when I'm not feeling well, or some days when I'm not feeling well, or my family members not feeling well, we have put aside our medicine on the shelf, and all we know is straight away we'll go for juicing. And the moment we drink the juice on day 1, we'll see ourselves getting better, and then with more rest, and then by day 2, and usually by day 3, the symptoms of unwell is reduced. And usually with just juicing, most of my family members or myself, we recover. We recover very quickly from whatever unwell we are feeling. That means it can be a flu, it can be a cough, something like that, or a cold that we caught from elsewhere. Yeah. So take note, this is the best way, the healthiest food, the fastest way that we can bring nutrients into our body. as fast as 10 to 15 minutes. So the nutrients are in the juice, not in the fiber. Therefore, the digestion process takes as long as 3 to 5 hours to separate the minerals from the fiber. That's why we are not going to take the fiber, but we are taking only the juice. Okay, pure juice. So what is in all this juice? It is rich in antioxidant to fight free radicals, to prevent ourselves from disease. It prevents ourselves having inflammatory, and it is rich in insoluble and soluble fiber. It is rich in organic vitamins, vitamins and amino acid, phytonutrients. It really powers us up with energy. Is low in calories. Now, it's very important. It's abundant in life enzyme. Okay, so we are taking the life enzyme. So life enzyme help us to digest very well, break down our food very well. Okay, and what are phytochemicals? Phytochemicals are natural plant nutrients, natural vitamins in these plants. They are protecting plants from disease, injury, or pollution. They are the first line of defense against any disease. They have also cancer preventing and healing power. These are the properties called phytochemicals. This is the wonders of vegetable juices. They are like full of chlorophyll because they are so green, right? And then they also have the similar molecular structure as the human red blood cell. So you drink these green juices, we call it vegetable juices. It is the best to increase our red blood cell in our blood count. So green juice is also rich in folic acid. We use our alpha juicer DA1200 9-in-1 function, which is our latest model, okay, to do our cold press juicing. There's a lot to talk about this juicer, but I'm not going to cover here tonight. I just want to let you know that this is what we use for our holistic wellness lifestyle living. This is how we take care of ourselves. This is our natural vitamin. So you can see from there, we have books to recommend you. So especially food that feeds your 65 trillion cell. This is a book that is written by us, and it is a lot of recipe in there. If you are keen with the recipe, you want to learn more from the recipe, you can also let us know. We can share with you some of this recipe, because there are so many recipes like making your own very healthy, natural sushi, vegetable sushi, how you use apple cider vinegar and honey to make your sushi, how you make your own salad dressing. Wow, it's amazing. I really love the food from this book, and it really helped me a lot in my food prep. And I'm very thankful that because of this, I'm able to drink all these cold pressed juices. You can see over there, and I have also a lot of, I didn't put in my picture, but make a lot of food from the recipe book. So I would like you now to join me again to sit back and relax, and we will watch one video using this alpha juicer to make almond milk. Almond milk is the best milk for bone health. It helps to increase our calcium or bone density. Ladies, children, men, we all want to have strong bones, right? Okay, now, so sit back and relax, and let's watch this together. Are you excited that you can make your own almond milk? We make our own almond milk. We drink them. We make like 2 bottles, put in the fridge, and then we drink some every day. It's very delicious, very nutritious. You can join us for our almond milk making, or next time when we do our food and juicing workshop. Okay, proceed. Next one, my favorite, homemade organic yogurt. You all know by now the importance of yogurt. Do you even take yogurt? Or you were like me, or you are like me? 6 years ago, before I learned holistic health living, before I learned how to eat properly, because I grew up like anybody, like most people, right? We just eat any food that our parents give it to us. So I never eat yogurt in my life before. So 6 years ago, I don't know that there is yogurt or how good is yogurt. But now I have learned. I learned that yogurt is a friendly bacterial gut food. And we all learn that the importance of the whole gut. The gut, the moment we feed the gut means our whole stomach and intestine, okay, with friendly bacterial gut food, we will increase our immunity by 70%. So it is so important. So then we will have good skin, good hair, we will have a healthy digestion, and then we can be energetic and so on. So tonight, I'm going to cover with you this importance of homemade organic yogurt. Why I say that? Okay, before why we make homemade organic yogurt, right? These are some of the signs that a person is not having enough, not having enough gut bacteria. So the 7 signs that gut bacteria are out of whack. First sign, maybe the person feel gassy, bloated, constipation, digestive system. Second sign, mental issue, feel depressed, feel anxious, feel brain fog. Brain fog means like always don't know or forgetful or very blur like that. Okay, and don't ever not look into the person's gut health if the person is not feeling happy, always like affected in the mood or sad or anxious. A lot of time we work on their gut and the gut bacteria is back to balance and normal. They will be out of this depression, they will be out of this anxious state if it's not some mental illness or behavioral conditions that are affected them. So it's all about the gut. Start with the gut. Then all vitamins and mineral deficiencies, like the person is a lack of D, K, magnesium, B12, and B7. Or even overuse of antibiotics, like myself, my story. I overuse antibiotics in 2016 because I was diagnosed with H. pylori bacteria, a stomach bacteria. And I was seeing doctor after doctor, and I was given antibiotics after antibiotics. After 2 complete rounds of antibiotic, my whole gut went haywire. I think I felt very, very sick. I just am not myself. I feel very depressed, very down, trying to solve my health problem, my stomach bacteria problem, and yet I became worse. So until if you were to hear my story last week, how I use new life natural remedies to help to rebuild back my gut health, and how my stomach bacteria went off completely, healed completely, from a marking of 7, drop all the way to 1, and then drop all the way to 0 point something, and how the doctor shake my hand non-stop and congratulate me. I was wondering, so serious? And he said, yes, it's not so easy to solve that issue. So I'm very thankful. I'm very, very thankful to all these natural remedies that we can learn step by step, bit by bit, and then start with ourselves, get our health back, and or make our health stronger and better, and then we can use the same for our family, our loved ones, and our friends, or just reach out if there are someone who needs help. Also, another sign could be chronic unmanaged stress, same as anxiety or skin problem like acne, eczema. Some people say, why I always have eczema, always have pimples here and there? Why the back got so much eczema? All this is the bacteria, not balanced, okay? And lastly, autoimmune disease, rheumatoid arthritis, or bowel disease, or joint pains, all are classified under autoimmune. Okay, so take note. Why do we not want to eat outside yogurt? And why do we want to make our own yogurt? So straight to the answer. Okay, you can see the picture there. There is a cow with a lot of things linked to it, meaning the cow is not fed with pure food. The cow has been added with antibiotics, injected with antibiotics, and the milk that is produced is definitely having antibiotics. And who is going to drink the, the milk, and then who's going to use the milk and make the yogurt? So all this is the reason for why in the end, at the end of the day, we still want to choose to make our own yogurt, because we know that the yogurt we make is going to be the most pure, most safe, and most healthy. I have my health benefits of yogurt here for you. You may like to take a picture of it. It's so good that yogurt has so much benefit. And anyone whom you think that you are lactose intolerant, you can't drink milk, but I tell you, you can eat yogurt because yogurt is pre-fermented food. So just make your own yogurt and start eating it, and you will be able to see yourself improving in your overall health. Okay. I have a picture or a few pictures of how I make my yogurt, how I add in my honey, how I add in my flaxseed oil. Flaxseed oil and yogurt is a formula called the buckwheat diet, which is anti-cancer. So take note of that, buckwheat diet. You can add in your fruits and you can make your own dippings. You can see all the recipe from the Food That Fits book. This is our organic low-fat milk powder, free from antibiotics, full of minerals like calcium and magnesium, using a simple yogurt maker, okay, with organic cows providing us with the milk powder and allowing us to make the best yogurt food, which is a source of protein, good for our muscle, bone, and joints. One more video to go. And I think by then we will be able to come to the end of tonight's session. So take a look at this video. Join me again. How is yogurt making to you? It's very simple, very easy, very healthy for your gut. So I look forward that in future when we have yogurt making workshop, you can join us. Otherwise, if you are not able to join us, you can still get the yogurt maker for yourself and make yogurt for yourself for your breakfast, for your dinner. You can eat lighter meals if you would like to explore that. For today's promotion, I would like to encourage you to take note that we are giving you a promotion. If you buy the yogurt maker today, plus 2 milk powder, two bags of milk powder, you will be given 2 free sachet culture. Yeah. So you will have 2 culture that is FOC. So 1 yogurt maker, 2 milk powder, and then you will be given 2 free culture. Consider that. Let us know later in the chat box. Okay, we will look into that soon. And we will be now, okay, doing our summarize. If you look at this wafer, it is to balance your body, your mind, your soul, and your spirit. I would like to share that we have covered on water, air, and food. So the importance of all of this will make a difference to our life. Myself, 6 years ago, I have learned this and I'm practicing this. I may not know how to do them from the start, but I took my step bit by bit, step by step. So nothing is impossible. If you have health challenge, or even if you don't have any health challenge, or if any of your loved ones have health challenge, or even sometimes we just want to help our family or ourselves to have better health, okay, you can consider this wafer lifestyle that we very much share with you here, and use it for yourself. You will see your health getting better. Next week, I will cover on exercise, rest, and sunshine. So those are very important also. Join us next week, and for now, I will invite Lydia to be on screen so that we can take on your question and answer. If you have any, you can start typing in. And Lydia, hi.
Oh, wonderful.
Hello,
I was
hello.
just,
Yeah.
hi,
Catherine,
hi.
come. Catherine. Okay.
Yes, Joyce, thank you
Yes.
so much. Catherine, thank you so much. How I wish years ago when I was sick, how I wish there was like a webinar given to me free of charge like this, you know. I was really scouting low and high. People say herb, I try, you know, people say medicine, I try, people say, you know, all sorts of things I tried, but I became sicker over time until I met Dr. Lin. Somebody say, oh, you go to this naturopathic, place where they have a naturopath that give a lot of education. So I am one beneficiary. Joyce, because I knew you since about 6-7 years ago, you really speak what you actually walk. So I think you are very credible, and participants here are so blessed, and I'm one of those sitting here, really enjoying and learning at the same time as you deliver and share your personal experience, and also how food become our best medicine. So thank you so much. You know, like the work that we are doing really is helping people, and we have been running so many webinars week after week, tirelessly, relentlessly, and there must be something that keeps us going, and that is that we want to bring about this blessing of truth and nutritional health, natural health, to as many people as possible. So do join us, participants. Don't just come alone, because I'm sure many among you would have people, family members or friends around you who are very sick, and some are even having cancer, and we would like to help them. So do ask them to join us for our webinars that are very life-changing and health transforming. So I'm privileged to be able to be invited by Joyce and Catherine to just answer any questions that you have for us, and we will do our best to answer those questions that you have. Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
we take a look. Yeah, we read.
Okay, I want to read the questions from Pamela.
Sure.
Pamela asks questions. Can a normal brand of cider vinegar will be okay to be used?
Okay. Instead of saying brand, I will maybe present it in just so you know how to choose a good apple cider vinegar. Ideally, this apple cider vinegar should come from New Zealand because New Zealand has the best apple, it's the best place to grow apples in the whole world, and particularly the Mutuka Mountain area. This is because, number one, environmentally, New Zealand is free from nuclear area. So it's a very pure, the government of New Zealand is very, very strict about chemical use, agricultural chemical use, that they're not even allowed to be produced locally and not even allowed to be imported into New Zealand. So, and then we all know that New Zealand is the land in the Mutuka Mountain, that apple cider that Joyce and I have been using, right? Because I know the founder and I know how they actually decided on the apple cider vinegar. And for that matter, I also teach enzyme making, and I can tell a world of difference in how the enzymes taste and the benefit. That is a world of difference compared to refined apple cider vinegar. So back to New Zealand apples, it ideally should come from the best place in the world for apple growing area, a Mutuka Mountain. And when you select apple cider vinegar, you need to know that there are, of course, prices are very different. Some are like, a couple of dollars, and you just wonder how come, a big bottle can cost so cheap. And I personally would not touch them because they are very refined. They are artificial vinegar. So they're very, very acidic to the body. In fact, they can corrode the bones. So that's the difference between naturally fermented apple cider vinegar that strengthen the bones as opposed to artificial apple cider vinegar that corrode the bones. So this is very important for us to know. And how do you tell good apple cider from a refined apple cider vinegar? Is look at the bottom. You must have a layer of the mother powdery stuff. And if you care to even ferment it for a long, long time, that powdery stuff become a thick like a thick layer of skin, soft skin. It get thicker and thicker and thicker. And your apple cider vinegar, if you keep that for long, the color is supposed to be darker and darker. That means it's aging and it's more matured in that sense. So that's one way that you look at, select a good apple cider vinegar. Must be organically grown. And the apples must not be plucked unripe, and it must not be bruised apple that actually drop from the tree because of the rotting in there, and then drop on the tree. And then sometimes farmers will want to salvage and save costs. They will really get all this rotten apple from the floor and make into apple cider vinegar. So I think I personally would not stinge just that $1 or so to get into such nutrients deficient kind of apple cider vinegar. So when you have bruise or worms that eat up the apples, they are rotten already. Nutritionally, of course, they have a lot of free bacteria in there, and they cannot be high nutritionally. So that's one consideration. And the apple must be most nourishing kind of apple cider vinegar. The apples must be tree ripened. That means let the apple ripen naturally on the tree and pluck them ripen without any worms or a bruising, or which is a sign of bacterial infection. So I think that these are the few things that I can share with you about apple cider vinegar. The other thing is that when you have a real apple cider vinegar, they basically go through the natural fermentation process for the enzyme. They must be a very enzyme rich, which is what Joyce had mentioned about the importance of disease fighting enzymes, and also for proper proper digestion. That's why we need a lot of enzymes, right, from raw food and apple cider vinegar as well. So you want to look into some of these important facts of how you should choose the best apple cider vinegar. And over there, Joyce and I, we actually use Torteline's apple cider vinegar which is from New Zealand, Mutuka Mountain. And apple cider vinegar is very low cost, but quite a small, humble, but very mighty kind of a health, time-tested health food. We are talking about, I do not know whether Catherine and Joyce are working out any special discount for you, but I would like to encourage you to go for 20 to 25% kind of a discount link that they can send to you. It probably costs you about $10.80 for one full big bottle. And that's why I said that, just drinking this humble, low cost, but mighty in nutritional value kind of drink will go a long way to make the body very, very alkaline forming. It is acidic, sour, but it is very alkaline forming. This is very, very important aspect of, fighting disease. Okay, back to you, Joyce. Anything else? Joyce, are you able to flash the health retreat?
Yes.
So that I'm not seeing myself so big on the screen. Yeah. Okay. Anything you want to add on the apple cider vinegar? And the color, when it get darker and darker, is very mature. Oh yes, one thing I want to mention about apple cider vinegar. If you are getting the New Life apple cider vinegar, don't even worry about the expiry date. In fact, we ferment.
Lydia.
Sorry?
Pamela asking what kind of cider from New Zealand? Maybe she's asking the brand that we are using.
Oh, our brand is our New Life brand.
She can liaise with you. She can share with you.
Pamela,
yeah, and I think Catherine, in order to make it special for our participants, I suggest that we give them a 20 to 25% discount.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can just send the link to them so they don't have to buy at retail price. Is that okay with you? Joyce, are you okay with that?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, so we just give you the discount link just so you can enjoy. It's really, after the discounts are $10.80. You see how affordable it is, but it goes a long, long way. Okay, yes. Now, the other thing is that Joyce, whatever that Joyce had mentioned about the W.af.e.r.s Lifestyle and all that, I think these are very valuable information. But so we want to make it very available for all of you, to have a place that you can go to check in with your health, take inventory of your health. That this is what I do a few times a year. And because of the COVID situation, we were not able to travel during the last few years to our resort in Sabah, KK. So we health coaches, we decided that we still want to do, just because of COVID doesn't mean we don't have to keep in touch with their health. I think all the more it's very important for us to take care of our health. So we have organized this 5-day stay-home health retreat where our detoxification of cleaning up the colon, the liver, the blood, the kidneys, the lungs, the skin, and the lymphatic system, everything happened within 5 days, where we have a detox package for you, and we will our chef will actually make available what Joyce had mentioned, very important, comprises, live enzyme rich and chemical free, to remove the pesticides from the fruits and vegetables used for juicing. We actually deliver 4 bottles of 300 ml of cold pressed juices to participants' home. Of course, meals that Joy showed you, we can also make them available, but it's optional. That means you can take it, we can arrange for you separately. Okay, so it's because sometimes people, when they do detox, they just want to go on a fluid fast, which is very nourishing and includes a good 15 items of our award-winning detoxification pack that actually take care of everything in the body. It's called body overhaul or total body tune-up. So do scan the QR code if you want to find out more, or you just keep in touch with us if there's anything that we can furnish you with more information about this health retreat. It's 25th to 29th of May. Okay. Yes. Any questions that anybody has sent in and we can answer here?
I think no more questions.
Thank you for your participation. We would like to get your feedback. By scanning this QR code, we will bring you to the Google form. And you may request for discount link, the video, all the food video, have the free health consultation, free healthy recipe, and you can indicate what is the specific topic that you interest for us for the future webinar.
Oh, you know what? If you don't mind, I give a suggestion. Joyce actually showed the video on the enzyme making. And because we are predominantly taking a lot very Asian diet, so we are very, very lacking in enzymes. Before we think about any other thing, we look into juicing. And one of the things that we do in our classes, I wonder if Joyce and Catherine would, or the participants would be keen for us to do a workshop that was really popular, you know, even way back before COVID time, when people can commute together physically, and we can actually run a workshop to teach you and to let you do on the spot how to make your enzymes using fruits, vegetables, and herbs. The enzyme making class. And you'll be amazed how easy it is to make your own enzyme. Okay, so if you have any interest, please put in the chat box or anywhere, make a request, just so we know that this could be a topic that's very relevant to you, to turn your kitchen into, you know, a place where you can start taking live enzyme food. And they're very easy to make. Yes. I have bought one radish. I really love radish, and I'm going to make my enzymes. So hopefully Joyce and Catherine and those of you, if we have a chance to meet, let me share my big radish. I bought the Korean radish, which is a lot sweeter than the Chinese version. Yeah.
Okay, please connect with us. Yep.
Yes. I make some for you, okay, both of you, if I'm seeing you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay.
I think there's no more question.
Yeah, there is no more questions, then we will wrap up this.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Have a good long weekend. Have a rested one and enjoy your day, your time with your family. Yeah.
Recharge yourself this long weekend.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.